Coming at you live from the Stew. We are in Boulder, Colorado, 80302. Here is our studio space. As you can see behind us is where we pack orders. Yeah, it's kind of.
This is the chase zone.
It's the chase zone.
Welcome to the chase zone.
Might say. If you couldn't tell, I've made it a nice nook. If it weren't for filming, we'd have this closed. It'd be nice and dark in this corner. It's great.
Yeah, we've been looking for some more cool ways to dress up the studio.
Yeah.
We found a American football flag we want to get.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yep.
Yeah, so we really made it our own. We got that ugly tiger everyone's seen.
Yep.
And yeah. So
we just
little
figured,
peek behind the curtain.
We figured we do a lot of stuff in the photo room, which is right behind Graham. We do obviously our podcast in the pod room. But we have this big, beautiful space, and we figured we might as well utilize it. So we're gonna go ahead and try to start working it into videos and stuff in this realm. This is gonna be a frequently asked question video. We've compiled, dozens and dozens and dozens of questions over the last 6 years and some change. So we will just hop right into it. Yeah, Graham, if you want to go ahead and get us rolling.
All right. If you had to scrap your entire wardrobe and could only rebuild your closet with brands you don't currently own from or frequently wear, what do you see yourself getting into? Are you buying into brands, pieces adjacent to what you currently wear, or are you changing it up completely?
Really good question.
Okay, so nothing that we own currently,
let's
it's
set
like
that rule.
that kills it. So
Well,
you
I
can't
got
have
an
even
easy
one
answer.
piece.
It'd be my answer for this question either way, and it also happens I don't own anything from them. My own Margaret Howell. I just think.
Oh, see, I couldn't do it.
I think all the lookbooks are so good. It's like, it's just good. It's just tasteful. It's kind of adjacent to what I would wear now.
I wonder.
It's kind of adjacent to what I would wear now. It would be an easy transition, but slightly different. So it would be, in my opinion, it would be elevated fabrics. The silhouettes would be similar-ish. It'd still be able to do like the workwear situation. But I love the colors and the fabrics and the fits. Cooper actually has been wearing Margaret Howell quite a bit lately, and I love it. I think it looks really good on him. So
we've got, let's see, just walk in front. I'm not making a joke. Just
come on in.
Go right through it. That's Drew and Kate, part of our illustrious team. No, I hear you, but I think that's a great choice. Yeah. I own pieces though, so I definitely can't work it in. I think that, let me think. I want to say the row, because I like it all, and it's flowy, and it I already kind of am doing adjacent things. Technically speaking, I have one pair of row pants that I've never worn because they really need tailored. So.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, so I can't.
They need tailored, not just a hem.
They need a lot of tailoring.
Okay.
Yeah, I got them secondhand, and I didn't really look. I just sort of wung it.
Yeah,
so they need fixed. So I don't. If I can, I don't feel like I should count that because technically that breaks the rule.
Sure.
That would be an answer.
Let's pause for 1 second. For anybody who doesn't know you personally or isn't acquainted, Timothy fancies himself as both Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen at the same time, specifically when they throw their bags down on the sidewalk in the middle of New York City on a Ripon Cigs. I think when I think of Timothy at who he
there's an image of them where they both have Birkin bags with stuff hanging out of them, and they're just sitting on the dirty streets of New York so they can blast a couple of cigs. That's the ultimate. That's who in my head I am as a person. So I'd love to get closer to that.
So I just wanted everybody to have that little bit of information. Yeah. But okay, so if it's not the row.
The problem is a lot of that's La Mer is a good option for me for 100%, but I got a lot Orally. I have a couple. I have pieces. The row has really thrown me.
I know. Yeah.
Oh, I really like. Well, it doesn't work either. I don't know. Prada.
Yeah.
Maybe Prada.
Yeah.
It would look crazy because it's not 100% my style, but I feel like I could make it work since
if you were able to pull from the archives, if you're able to be
okay, great. If I can pull from the archives, then yes.
So it doesn't necessarily
even honestly, Margiela at the same time works in that way too. Because really what I want is black flowier pants and or things with a lot of distressing.
Yep.
And I want those to be mixed together, and then I want black shoes. So if I can kind of mix, if anybody who's got that'll kind of work.
That would work.
I really love Marni too, although the problem is it's a lot of color, and I can only do that a little bit here and there for me personally. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot.
I'm gonna say Prada because I can get black jeans, I can get a white shirt, I can get the nylon bucket hat.
They do good
Chalamet
shoes,
away.
good shoes, black shoes.
Uh-huh.
You know, chunkier
Yeah.
typically.
Yeah. Also, I'm just picking things that are like wildly outside my budget, so
Sure,
that's what
sure.
I'm.
Well, this
shooting
is
for. Yeah.
this isn't a perfect scenario. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but like you said, if I can go back in time too, I can get some of the Prada
Imagine
Sport. I
if you
can
did
get some of the.
Margiela, all the gadgets you could have with the number 11 on them,
It's true.
money clips,
That's a good point.
stuff, things.
Okay. I think
Alright,
those are.
Rambo.
That's it. What's next?
I've heard some people talk about fashion as an investment, i.e. investing in clothing that will be timeless. How do you balance that with things that clearly a few years from now may look out of place?
Okay.
Oh, that is my alarm telling me I need to move my car.
Okay. So here's what I'll say. I'll say that the first thing I'd want to like preface this by saying is that with investment stuff, here's the thing. I know it's expensive, but realistically, almost everything we carry retains its value. If you need to sell it and move on or switch out or change up, that's an option here. I know that's
Multiple
not
avenues to do so.
Yeah. So I feel like you should feel comfortable taking some risks, knowing a lot of it, especially the more tends to be like what's riskier is a little bit more grabby piece. You can always like second, through different
people
markets
buy
and
it,
stuff,
you're not
you
gonna
can
get the
you can
same
move
value.
on and you can give it a try. And like
Yeah.
I think that's the other thing. Sometimes you don't really know like sorry, I'm burping. Sometimes you don't know like what's going to be the thing that hits for you because there's definitely like
Grandma's writing an encoded message on the
we're both just going because we obviously can't read and talk at the same time. I think that like what I was trying to say is that like you got to take some risk to know what works and what doesn't because otherwise you're going to stick in whatever lane that you have and you're going to keep in that lane because you've never like tried something outside the lane. Now I think that like realistically try to find something on secondhand so it's a little less of a price thing. You can always buy it new, resell it. Like so if it didn't work out, I think it's like fine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that's how I would start that. I think like how else would you frame that question of like how do you balance it? I think that like
my thing is like I think one of the things that this question is touching on is like guys want to be able to be like or anybody for that matter wants to be able to be like I'm buying this piece. I will have it until the day I die. It will bring me happiness for as long as I'm alive, and it will never change or be altered in any way. It'll be this exact way forever. Sure. And that's just not the case. So to that point, some things you're going to buy are going to be on trend and not. Like, I don't know, a chore coat isn't going to be out of place in 7 years.
Yeah.
2 years, 15 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it also depends on the piece.
Like let me just give you an example in my personal life. I think that like I know that like I'm always gonna wear 501 jeans and I'm always gonna wear like some sort of black pant. So I have a lot of those things. They're never gonna go out of style. Maybe the proportion changes, maybe this, that, or the other changes. But for the most part, that's like I think that like I have core pieces and then I know what my play pieces are. My play pieces tend to be shoes, knitwear, and shirts. Jackets are all like core for me. It's like chore coats, it's blazers, it's stuff like that. It's stuff that I know that I'm gonna wear all the time. I don't really like get out of my lane there. You know what I mean? Like it's similar colors, similar fabrics. I try to make sure it goes with everything else I have. And then I let those two be my play categories. So I think that you find like categories that you can play inside, categories that you don't play inside. And I think that you know that the only way you know that is by experimenting. That's what I mean is like you should experiment because that will tell you like I feel comfortable like experimenting in some like chunky knitwear or crazy colors, whatever it is. But I don't feel like comfortable like, switching up pants. Like I want those to fit a certain way. I want them to be a certain color so they go with everything. So I think it's really just finding like your playground. You know what I mean?
No, that's fair. That's fair. Does that answer the question?
Feel like we got it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What else?
Oh, we got one more question.
Oh yeah, bad habits. This is stemming from me watching you do your manicures that you do with a razor blade, which is it's not the right way. He takes a razor blade and I don't know what the hell he does down there, but
nothing hits quite like
no
trimming your cuticles than a fresh blade. I've gotten good over the years to where I hardly cut myself anymore too, but I'm not. This isn't me volleying or saying that it's a good thing. It's probably my worst to have it for my body, but I would say mine is with a bullet, biting my nails, fucking with my nails, fussing with my nails.
Yeah.
I mean, I like fast food and stuff, but I would reckon that that's worse. That's better for me than the amount of time spent me chewing
Body
my
modding,
nails and
like we said.
Because you got to think too is like,
Okay,
I
here
don't
we
know.
go. You gotta think.
hey, you got to think about that. It's probably not good for your fingers to always be healing. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Also,
You're not-
again, they make tools for these things
no,
that
you're
are
not wrong.
that are Uline razor blades.
Because you're not a nail biter. You don't even pick at your nails.
No. I trim them and then I do the whole
Yeah, you do that. Yep.
do the thing, and then they look shiny for
I
like
know.
a day.
Yeah.
And I'm not like I'm too crazy. I hit my hand on them. I play guitar. I mess them
Yeah.
all up. But I like for one day that I sit and watch a movie and I'm like, oh, these are glossy. So I like that. Yeah. Yeah. So it looks good for a minute.
What about us? I mean, you've quit smoking.
I quit smoking, so in my mind, I'm allowed to do whatever I want from here on
Yeah,
out, bad
yeah,
habits wise, because I quit that.
I mean, we're
I-
drinking beers here, but
I have tapped on things like because I play drums and stuff, and I
Yeah,
tap on
yeah.
things nonstop, and I don't notice
Yeah.
that I'm doing it. It drives people crazy. One time, a 5th grade teacher of mine threw a bottle of lotion at the back of my head because I wouldn't stop in the middle of a test.
Yeah.
But it's just like a tick. It's just like what I do.
yeah, no, I feel you.
Plus, I got it's in my head. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I'll spin out on a song for a while trying to figure it out. And I
Yeah.
don't have drums just laying around.
Yeah,
So you
yeah,
gotta tap it out and see if you figured it out.
Would you say that's your tick? If you had a tick,
Probably.
if you had a tick?
Probably. I like bite my cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff
I
like
feel you.
that. you know?
Yeah.
Clenching. So I wake
Yeah.
sometimes I like
Clenching.
watching TV and suddenly realize that like my whole jaw is tired.
Yeah.
Like things like that.
Damn, dog, I feel like I just got done eating a sourdough pizza, huh?
Why do you keep getting closer to me?
So, in terms of ticks, though, if you know me,
Oh,
you
yeah,
know
yeah,
the
yeah.
hand thing. I'm
He's been on
curious. I
video.
want to get to the bottom of the hand.
If anyone knows why he's always
It's
messing around,
if I get
why he's got
excited,
electricity coming out of there.
Yeah, it's like I need to move my hands together really, really, really fast, or it feels like there's a bouncy ball inside my body bouncing around that will destroy all of my organs and I will die if I don't move quickly and get it out. So
It's called OCD.
yeah, it's probably a clinical situation like that.
All right, on that note, thanks for
Love you guys.
watching.
Thank you
Like
for
and
watching.
subscribe.
Yeah.
What else? Drop the questions in the comments if you want to weigh in and tell us what your bad habits are.
Yeah, we'd love to hear
Fantastic,
'em.
Steve Lacy voice, and then we'll keep on trucking. We'll
Who's
give you
Steve
more of
Lacy?
these. He's like a guy. I don't know. He makes music. It's just that's the song I know. That's the
Oh,
one
okay.
song I know. And maybe he probably has other songs, but that's the one I've heard.
Who's the guy that hosts Family Feud?
These are different people entirely. So let's
Steve. Who is it?
move it along. Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey, different guy.
Yeah,
Misunderstood.
he's great too, though.
Yeah.
Shout out Steve Harvey. See you later.
Bye. Oh, that's funny.